right, welcome to this Light City tutorial. Real quick, if you're a beginner, you're gonna wanna stick around for this part of the tutorial, but if you have experience, you can go ahead and skip this part. All right, for my beginners, the first thing you're gonna wanna do is to go to the shared media drive. Go to Light City Videos, go to 2024, and just go to the most recent week. And inside, you should be able to find, if you go to sermon, you should be able to find everything that you need here. So you'll see the Light City caption style. You'll see the audio recording of the message from Pastor David, and you should see all the different sermon clips. So depending on your assignment for the week, usually you'll know specifically which part you will have to edit. Most likely I will tell you, or Pastor Victoria will tell you, but according to the text that I got from her, the clip that I'll be editing this week is part 4. So I'm going to download part 4. I'm going to download the audio, and I'm going to also download the font style. So just go ahead and, just highlight them all, right click, download. And then once you do that, make sure that you have a folder in your documents where you can put everything that you have downloaded. So for me specifically, I have a folder just for this. I go to Light City, I go to 2024, and I go to March 3rd, and everything is inside the same folder. It's very important to have everything inside the same folder, so make sure you do that. All right, so the next step is to open up Premiere Pro. Once you have Premiere Pro open, just go ahead and go to New Project, and you're gonna name it. So let's say we're editing part 4, and we're turning it into a reel, so I'm gonna name it part 4 reel. I'm gonna add tutorial to it just so I can differentiate. You don't have to add that yourself though. In terms of project location, you want to make sure that you're saving this in the same folder where everything else is. All the things that you downloaded from Google Drive, make sure it's being saved to that same folder, and select it, and then just go ahead and create. Once Premiere Pro opens for you, your layout should look something like this. If it doesn't look something like this, just go ahead and go here and press reset to save layout. Ultimately, our layouts are probably going to look different because we have different computers, but it should look something like this. So once you have this open, you can also adjust if you want. So if you want more space down here, you can do that. If you want more space here where the video will be, you can also do that. So feel free to make adjustments. Just know that you have to wait for this symbol to come up, this symbol right here, before you can move it. All right, I'm going to reset mine. Reset. All right, so double click on here to import, and you're gonna go ahead and import all the files that we downloaded. All right, once you've done that, you can go ahead and take your clip right here, and you're gonna click and drag it, and you're gonna put it on the timeline. All right, first things first, we wanna adjust the color of the clip. So I'm gonna go to color here, and just to familiarize yourself with all the different settings, I would just recommend just playing around with them. So clicking to the right, clicking to the left, and you'll quickly be able to understand what each of these settings do and the changes that they make to your image. For today, I don't feel like we need to make many changes. I do want to add a little blue to this image because I do feel like this image is a bit warm. When I say warm, I just mean orangey or orange. So I'm just gonna put a -5 here. It's gonna take away some of the orange that was here before. So if I turn this off, you'll be able to see a slight difference. Off, on, off, on. So I took away some of the orange that was in this area. I also want to increase the brightness. So I'm going to take exposure, put 0.3. With this setting right here, you don't want to take it too high. Honestly, with all the settings, you don't want to increase them too much because too much increase will result in your image basically losing a lot of quality. So make your adjustments slight. Okay, so the next step is to add our audio. So we're gonna put it onto the track here. And the goal is to replace the camera's audio, which is this blue one right here. And we're gonna replace it with this green audio here because it's a lot better than the camera audio. Pastor David's audio is much cleaner, so we're gonna use that instead. So we're gonna synchronize them. Let's highlight both, right click, synchronize, make sure this is selected, press OK. It's gonna take some time to do it. All right, now that the audio is synchronized, we're gonna play it to make sure it's actually synchronized.
Somebody pick one.
Okay, so yeah, the audio is definitely synchronized now. So what we wanna do is to cut off all the pieces of the green audio that we don't need. So I'm going to go to this part right here. You can either use the razor tool to cut it like this, but I feel like a much quicker way to do that is to press Control and press K on your keyboard, and it cuts it for you. So that's much quicker for me. I like to do it that way, but you can also use the razor tool. I'm gonna go to the other end. If you want to precisely go to the end of a clip, you can just press the down arrow key and the cursor here will go there. So once you're there, Control K to cut, or use the razor tool, delete that. And now we have all that we need. So I'm gonna highlight everything. We're gonna bring it to this part of our sequence. And for me, if I want to scroll, you can use this part right here to scroll. Hopefully the tutorial that I shared with you before this should have helped you know some of these basics. But yeah, that's how you scroll. Now that we have our clips synchronized, the next thing we're gonna do is to remove this camera audio, because we don't need this anymore. So in order to do that, I'm gonna hold down Alt, click on the camera audio, press delete. If that doesn't work for you, another way to do it is to right click on this, unlink, and then click on this, press delete. So there's multiple ways to do it. We're gonna drag this green audio up, and then we're just going to link them. So we're gonna right click and link them together. Now, if you click on one, both are highlighted.